This might be the best banh mi in Melbourne.
Is this our go-to spot now?
I think it is.
Hot take.
You think it's better than... Hello. Today's video is going to be all about banh mi's, and I'm going to be showcasing where you can find the best banh mi's within the city. Now, the first stop of today is actually going to be Springvale, which is one of the most reputable Vietnamese suburbs within Melbourne, and particularly within the southeast suburbs of Melbourne. Now, the first stop that we're going to be visiting, some of you probably already heard of it before, is the renowned Bun Bakery. It's one of the favorite spots for a lot of people to get banh mi's here in Melbourne. So let's go check it out. Well, since we're on the way, I'll give you a bit of a rundown of what this suburb is all about. So essentially, this is a very Vietnamese suburb, and the reason that is because back in the 80s or 70s, when a lot of the Vietnamese refugees were coming out of Vietnam, a hotel that opened up just back there where they welcomed a lot of temporary housing for refugees. And so a lot of the Vietnamese people started moving here and slowly brought their family members along, and just as you know it, this place became very Vietnamese over the past decades. Now, I'm Chinese myself. My family used to always come to Springvale every single Saturday for grocery shopping. This place definitely means a lot to me. As you can see, it's not even 9 AM yet, so we're very lucky because normally there's a very long line here. But right now, we can get straight in, so let's go. Oh, it's just walking up to the restaurant. You smell. It's so nice. You can smell coriander, you can smell fresh bread from the baguettes. Are you getting hungry? So this place has advanced from taking only cash to doing Pay ID, direct bank transfers already. Okay, transferred. Now, for those who don't know, a banh mi is a Vietnamese sandwich. It has a baguette as the sandwich base, and then inside you have a lot of fresh aromatics. So you've got coriander, you've got pickled carrots, you've got radish, you've got chili, you have onions in here, which is a little bit different, part of Banh Ban's specialty. And then you have this beautiful roast pork, which is really delicious. And this is what I love about banh mi's. So much to it, it's so multi-dimensional, and it's only $9. It's very important to have this banh mi when it's fresh because the bread is still crispy but fluffy on the inside. Let's see whether this is worth the hype still. This baguette, so crunchy on the outside. The pate is so powerful. This pork is freshly made and you can really tell. It's so succulent, so nice. This is why this is my favorite sandwich of all time. It's just so multi-dimensional, so many different flavors in one singular sandwich. That mixes so well together. Like your first bite, you can really tell this is a fantastic banh mi. The flavors are so packed and so powerful. Very rare. Does a very renowned and reputable restaurant live up to its hype? But this place definitely does. Like, you know, if you come here, you'll get a good banh mi.
I think this is probably one of the first banh mi's I had because Tom used to bring me here a lot. And I think during lockdown, we also always come here. I think what's different with Banh Ban as well, they always do like a caramelized onion, which I don't think any other banh mi stores do. It's sort of like Australianized, like the Bunnings sausage roll.
Is it your favorite?
Yes, I think so. I'm excited for the next spot.
Alright, so that banh mi was very delicious. The next spot I'm going to take you, it's actually a spot that I discovered my first ever banh mi. Like I said, my parents used to come grocery shopping in this neighborhood all the time. And they would always go to the local grocery down there. They would bring me along. You know, I was just a little kid. It's probably a bit annoying to bring a little child around grocery shopping with you. And so my parents would always get one of these banh mi's that's right across the supermarket, buy a banh mi for me and get me to sit outside the supermarket and just wait for it. It's just across the road from here. And you can see this place is very Vietnamese. You got all these Vietnamese uncles just hanging out with their mates. Honestly, it's kind of my dream life. I know Anna doesn't want it, but I'd love that. I got friends. That's my spot. So I can see now the name is called Ben Tan Hot Bread. And cakes. I actually didn't appreciate that was the name. Yeah, now that Anna and I have been to Vietnam together, I know that Ben Thanh, famous market in Ho Chi Minh City, right? Don't you love just connecting the dots together? And again, this place has advanced from only taking cash payments to Pay ID as well. I think smarter. Hello, can I please have a cold cut banh mi? This is an infamous supermarket where my parents would go grocery shopping and they just pop me down there. I just squat and eat this and wait for them. One of the iconic features of this supermarket is you have a wall of shame, showcasing all the people that have attempted to steal at this precinct, and now their face is enlarged on this wall.
They didn't attempt, they already stole.
That's true, they have already stolen. Let's have a look at this banh mi. Nice. So you can tell there's actually less ingredients in this one. It's a smaller banh mi, but it's only $2.50 cheaper. And now I actually ordered more of a traditional banh mi this time. So this is probably what you would consider as the OG banh mi. So it's a cold cuts. And the reason why I say it's more original is because I think this was kind of the first form factor of the banh mi. A little bit of the story of the banh mi. In Vietnam, because they had the French occupation for about 100 years, the Vietnamese got a lot of inspiration from the French in terms of some of their cuisine. They got the baguette, but also because they saw that the French like to eat a lot of charcuterie boards, and charcuterie boards have a lot of pate and cold cuts. They thought, why not put it all into one sandwich? And this is kind of what you have here. This is definitely a lot more of a basic banh mi in that there's less ingredients, but what really stood out to me when I first had this banh mi, and still stands out now, is the pickleness. Very refreshing sour taste of the carrot. It's very, very powerful in this banh mi. Makes the whole thing very fresh. And of course, the cold cut of this banh mi is less flavorful compared to the previous one in a bun bun, but it's nice in its own way. Should we see what Anna thinks?
Feed me.
All right,
Yeah.
ready? Here comes a bit of childhood Tom. What do you think?
That's cold.
Yeah, it's a cold cut.
Yeah, no. Tastes like ham. Like just ham in a bread. I think a lot of people like the traditional one, but I probably prefer the more Chinese style one. My hot take.
It's a bite of Tom's little history.
That's cute. Let's
Okay.
go.
All right, let's go to the next place. The next spot that we're going to is about 20 minutes out from Springvale in a more far away suburb called Scoresby. And I've actually never been to this place myself, but I discovered it online because I saw these guys on TikTok. They're called Two Guys, One City. Very interesting name. And they did a whole series rating the best banh mi spots in all of Melbourne. And this one came on top. So let's go check it out and see whether these guys have it right. So now we're in Scoresby and Lily's banh mi is just right there. It's a bit less extravagant as the other place. And as you can see, this is not a very Vietnamese spot. It's a bit more discreet. Very unsuspecting. Didn't realize there's a good banh mi spot here, but Two Guys, One City said this one is really, really good, so let's give it a go. So this is not a banh mi specialty shop because they have a bit of everything. We'll have to stay on track. Today's all about banh mi's, okay? Can I try the crispy pork and crackling? Thank you. This is the banh mi from Lily's Banh Mi Cafe. This is quite heavy and quite dense. Let's open it up, have a look. Oh my God, okay. You can definitely tell there's a lot more meat in this thing. They're a lot more generous with their roast pork. That's vegetables, but you can really feel the bread is actually very crispy and hard. I can already tell this is gonna be a good banh mi. You can hear the sound as you're pressing into it. It's almost got like a pastry texture, which is very, very impressive. I'm gonna put it close to my mic and see whether you can hear it. How's that for some crispy ASMR? This is a very good banh mi. The bread, it is very nice and flaky, but at the same time, it's not too much. Like some banh mi's, if it's too crispy, it kind of like gets to the top of your roof of your mouth and it might hurt a bit. This doesn't at all. The bread is so nice and fluffy. The meat is so generous. It's got crispy pork, so very, very nice and umami tasting. The mayonnaise is really nice and the carrot's kind of minimal, but just enough. And just the flavor, it really packs a punch. And just like bun bun, it's got the pork crackling. It's very delicious. I'm having a bit of a confusing moment because I wasn't expecting this place to be better than bun bun. I actually think it is, which is crazy because for me, bun bun has always been the best banh mi ever in Melbourne. But this, it's so easy to eat. Whereas bun bun had a lot going on. This one, as soon as you bite into it, there's no resistance on the bread for you to just get to the actual flavors. And everything just works out really well together. Very unsuspecting, but yeah, this might be the best banh mi in Melbourne. They're so generous with their meat. There is so much in here. For $9.50, such a great value as well. Wow. You have to take a bite of this.
The moment of truth. It's really good. It's so packed. It's crazy. And I think the sprinkle of like the crackling, which was like not all in one piece, is a very nice like textural play with your food, I guess.
Oh, that sound as you're crunching onto it, so good.
It's big and it's moist. It's not dry. Is this our go-to spot now?
I think it is.
Hot take.
You think it's better than bun bun?
It's pretty good.
Thank you for the recommendations. Two Guys, One City. You know your banh mi's.
Yeah, Viet, I guess. Let's go.
All right, last but not least, we are at the last stop of today's food adventure, which is at Banh Mi Bar. So this is in Richmond, which is quite a popular Vietnamese suburb. And the funny thing is, we've actually been to this very restaurant before. About 2 or 3 years ago, I remember being behind the scenes when Anna and another friend of ours, Teresa, they actually shot a TikTok video on banh mi's and they filmed here. And I remember I had a lot of challenges because this is more of an elevated banh mi restaurant. They don't use a lot of traditional ingredients. I remember being behind the camera and eating the banh mi with these folks, and I was just like, I had personal challenges with the fact that they had to elevate a very traditional cuisine. But you know, it's been 2 or 3 years now. I'm a bit older. I've got more life experiences. I've been to Vietnam as well. Let's see whether my perspective has changed about this place. It's popped up on a lot of websites as being one of the best banh mi places to frequent in Melbourne. So let's go. We just got our 2 banh mis, and you can definitely tell these 2 banh mis are a bit more on the premium side. First of all, the price tag is like almost double, $17 each. And you can tell, just looking at these 2 banh mis, you got a Lao sausage here and a turmeric chicken here, which is not traditional flavors of a banh mi, but there's a bit of experimentation, which I think is okay. And on top of that, the fillings and the meat is a little bit different, but also the bread. Like this banh mi is charred on the outside to, I guess, enhance the crispy flavor and the smokiness on the banh mi, and again, elevates it to a different standard. So this is more of a modern take on what a banh mi is. It's kind of like fusion flavors. It's Vietnamese inspired, but of course incorporates a lot of different flavors from many different cultures of Southeast Asia. In a way, it's almost like a celebration of multiculturalism that's within Australia. Let's try one first. So I'm gonna go with the Lao sausage, and just opening it up, you can see it's kind of like a hot dog. I'm sure that the flavor of the sausage is going to be completely different to what you get from Bunnings or IKEA or whatever else, right? Very interesting enough. You got chili flakes, you have the mayonnaise and the carrots, which is traditional. And you have a coriander, but then you use salad leaves, which is different from what you would get at a Vietnamese banh mi spot. Shall we?
Did you get the sausage?
Not yet. I have to take a bigger bite.
Not there.
They say 3rd time lucky. The flavors are really interesting. So first of all, the bread is a lot more crispy because of the charring from the grill. The bread becomes a bit more toasted. That does dry out a little bit of the bread. The inside of the actual baguette is not as fluffy as some of the other ones that we had earlier today. Now, compared to what some of the other banh we've had today, which was fresh chilies, this uses chili sauce that you get from probably like a jar. And then the sausage is very interesting. So this sausage is supposedly a Laotian flavor. Now, when you bite into it, you definitely taste a lot of pork, a lot of lemongrass. So you can both taste and see the lemongrass mashed up inside. Pretty nice. I have to admit, like, it is a very, very strong flavor, but it does mash quite well with the bread and the chili sauce. Next one is the turmeric chicken, which apparently is another one of their best sellers. Again, turmeric chicken isn't a traditional Vietnamese ingredient. Turmeric is used a lot in other places in Southeast Asia. Malay cooking in Malaysia uses a lot of turmeric. They do also in Thailand. Everything else is almost the same kind of aromatics, same chili sauce. I see a bit of onion here, which I think was in the other one, I'm not sure. I wonder how many bites it's gonna take me this time to get to the chicken. I'm gonna give it my best go first, see whether it works, okay? I'm gonna start from this side because I can see the chicken a bit closer to the bread. I thought it was going to be very overpowering because turmeric is a very strong flavor, right? But actually the chicken is subtle, so you can taste the chili a lot more. It's interesting. I definitely prefer Lao sausage more because it's more flavorful. It's more unique. Like, I have never had this kind of sausage before, particularly in this form factor. The lemongrass is very, very nice. It's like a hot dog on steroids. You should give it a go. I want to hear your thoughts.
So as Tom mentioned, I've actually been here with my friend Teresa and Suri. We shot this video here, but I think the last time we came, we had the chicken and the tuna. But I haven't tried this Laotian sausage before. Try the chicken first, just like to see if it sparks any memory. To me, this tastes like Malaysian style Malay chicken flavor. Don't mind it, but I'm excited for this one. Because as a Malaysian, I just love everything that's like super flavorsome. The stronger, the spicier, more intense. My favorite, so let's try it. That's my kind of sausage. Lots of textures. I think that's kaffir lime. It's all the Southeast Asian flavors in one bite. Just so good. Yay! I like this one.
Take the biggest bite. Wow, that was an adventure. Oh, thanks for joining me and Anna. It's a good idea to do a little bit of a recap. You know, we started off the day with Banh Mi Bakery, which was, of course, a crowd favorite. And I knew it was going to be a delicious banh mi, and it really was. And then we went down a trip to Memory Lane, and we had the first banh mi that I've ever had in my life. And it was also quite good. Now, what surprised me the most was Lily's Bakery, because it was so unassuming. I literally never heard about it before. My goodness, it was a great banh mi. Can't believe, but I've actually found my favorite banh mi spot here in Melbourne. I definitely recommend you go check it out as well, because it was a delicious banh mi. And then of course we finished off with a more of an elevated banh mi experience here in Richmond. Has my opinions of the place changed? Look, I've always had troubles with accepting elevated food, especially when it comes from like an Asian origin, because why does Asian food need to be elevated, right? But you know, having understood a bit more around what banh mi's are, like I kind of learned that banh mi's originated from Vietnamese people in Vietnam getting inspiration from French cuisine and putting together charcuterie board and a baguette, seeing what happens when you mix different ingredients from different places together. And I think, you know, the last spot we went to kind of tries to do something similar to that together, but now with more modern ingredients. I think it's for those people who want to try something new, want to see a bit of a refreshing take on banh mi's. But again, if you want the best banh mi in Melbourne, I do think that Lily's Bakery is the best. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I thought it was going to be bun bun. I was always a bun bun person, but today I'm a changed man. All right, and that brings me into today's banh mi adventure. If you have a banh mi restaurant that I didn't cover today that you think could be better than Bun Bun's Bakery or Lily's Banh Mi, drop a comment down below because I would love to know more and find out about it and hear about your experiences. Anyway, we actually have to go now because Anna, she has a trip planned to Phuoc and she has to take a flight tonight. So we'll have to go and pack up. She's going to capture a different side of Vietnam, maybe another banh mi. Either way, we're going to go. So thank you for tuning in to today's video again. Drop a like and subscribe if you liked today's adventure, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.